The Street Corner Soapbox. The Street Corner Soapbox with Falso and Willin. Podcast takeover. We're making a killing. Music to nightlife. Debauchery and street news. Serving it hot. We are some street news, movies and mayhem. The craziest guests, words from chaos. Get it off our chest, Rhode Island, worldwide, dark corners in all places. Speak how we live, radio show, smoking aces. Ladies and gents, for the people we're talking. Take the show on the road, right where you're walking. Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Street Corner Soapbox Podcast coming to you live. That's right, boys and girls. Street Corner Soapbox. I am back with my brother, Lord Willin.
Yo. How's it going?
What do you say?
Recording live from the third floor of the Mardi Gras 350 Grill Complex.
Yes.
In beautiful downtown Springfield, Massachusetts.
You're giving it a little too much credit.
AKA the shitty city.
Beautiful. Shitty
It's
city.
definitely not beautiful. I get a nice view of some old ass buildings to the right of me.
The FBI right there.
Yo, we got my brother Junior from Countime today on the show. Junior, what's going on?
What up?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Not much, brother, man. Just over here. Yeah,
I got you.
You hear us?
What's up? How's everything on the East Coast?
We've been going through this pandemic, and over here, that restrictions are starting to ease a little bit. You know what I mean? Things aren't as bad as they were, a couple months back.
Yeah, they're opening up.
Things are opening up slowly. What about you?
Ago. Oh, we wilding out over here. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going down. Barbecues, fucking shows. Anywhere, every weekend, there's something cracking. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be another show. They're everywhere, man. South Central, East LA, San Gabriel Valley. Everybody's just going crazy, man. And they're getting bigger and bigger. I think the last one we just attended was Saturday. I don't even know how many motherfuckers were there. It was on under the freeway, maybe 3,000-4,000. I don't know. It was pretty big, man.
How many people were at the one that you were
kids
at?
Were stopped
In New York.
Oh, there was 2,000 people there.
Really? That shit was jamming too.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Tom's gonna look fucking really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
You guys had a stage and everything. Right here, they just did it with they've been just doing it with generators and just going for it, dog. Wherever you can find an empty parking lot or whatever,
you just plug in.
Wilding out.
So they're basically just doing
just plug in and just go for it.
They're basically just doing pop-up shows, on the low, right? Type shit.
Yeah, some of them are promoted. Some are the one we're doing this Saturday. That one's promoted, but that one was just whatever the people were doing, painting or whatever, and then they gave the location, and everybody just fucking went crazy. And then you had bands whatever played. You had Dead City Punks. They did their thing, and then Alpha and Omega did their thing. Section Hate. I can't remember the other names, the bands, but I mean everybody was just having a good time. A lot of shit being sold. Legal and illegal.
I know how that goes. No, at one point, things were pretty crazy in LA, right? With this whole COVID, with the lockdown and everything, right?
Yeah, it was stupid. You know what I mean? Fools were protesting and starting shit. I mean, it's fucked up that the homeboy died and shit. The BLM thing. Yeah. But it stopped being about BLM when it was the first fucking rock was thrown at the window. You know what I'm saying? It was just a fucking reason to fucking loot and fucking act stupid. And half of motherfuckers that were doing it, man, you fucking little pussies. You guys weren't about shit. You wouldn't have done that in the fucking middle street. You know what I'm saying? There was no fucking gangsters doing that shit. It was just little fucking hipster punks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's how it was out here too.
Yeah, that's usually what happens in most places nowadays. It seems like.
Yeah, we checked out a couple of the riots and we're like, yo, this motherfucker can't even bust a grape. You know what I mean? Shit. And then you see the tank come, and I just seen the latch fucking open up, and I said, oh, this motherfucker got heat. Hell, no, I ain't getting shit with no rubber bullet. I just came to fucking be nosy. You know what I mean? Right. So everybody was running in the liquor stores and stealing bongs and all kinds of shit. And back in the days in '92 riots, right? Everybody looted right here in South Central. Homies got fucking noticed, what the fuck are we gonna fuck around barrio for? Let's go fuck up your neighborhood. So they started looting all the rich spots. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. If you're gonna go for it, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you
say,
how I was gonna ask you how that compared to the riots of the '90s, but it's obviously you just said it. There was no comparison.
Fuck no, man. I mean, 'cause that was motherfuckers were getting shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't hip. It wasn't fucking. It wasn't a bunch of hipsters.
No, I didn't think so.
Hell no, it wasn't shit. Hell no, it was. I mean, shit. On the next block of my parents, where that fool in fucking brain there, wasn't it Reginald Denny? It hit his ass with a brick and shit.
Jesus.
It wasn't, it definitely wasn't about the same shit this time. This time it was just like you guys, man. People got tired of being locked up and they just wanted, a reason to go act a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I was like, man, you can't take fucking house arrest. You better never bust a crime, man. Because you ain't gonna last in there, man. You know what I mean? What's wrong with you?
Rob, you've been on house arrest.
I have been on house arrest. Yes.
So how's the quarantine compared to house arrest?
It's fucking same, kinda, really.
Except, well, at least you can go outside in the quarantine. House arrest, you can't fucking do shit, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you could go to my neighbors.
House arrest, quarantine,
Same shit. Same shit.
Yeah,
you can't do stuff.
At least you can, you can hang out. Your homeboys can come over. You can get your dick sucked. You can chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're busted.
Yeah, house arrest. They're still
shit ain't gonna
smoking and
happen.
everything. Fucking whatever. Just use the fake piss with the home confinement and we're good.
Yeah.
Giving secrets away.
But it's not a secret. Everybody, if you're on
Educating the youth on what to do when you're on
but
house
you gotta
arrest.
educate. You said you gotta get. You can't get the one with the twist top. You have to get the one with the fucking thing where you push it open.
Yeah.
Because the seal's gonna have you put your hand outside because you act pee shy. If anybody listening, you act pee shy, they'll stay out of the room and won't watch you piss. But you can't unscrew the cap with the fucking. You have to get the flip top. Pro tip.
Tips for all the kids out there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Did it work?
That'll work.
It did work. Fuck, I didn't get violated.
Yeah, that'll work. I mean, it was a hectic summer, but we got through it. You guys got through it and shit. I mean, it was weird. It was like it was a real weird time and fucking for life, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, bro.
but that's just the way it goes, shit. But what I don't get is like everybody's all spooked out about this COVID shit. Then go get the shot, but everybody's against it.
Yeah.
But I mean, when the AIDS hit, that didn't stop you motherfuckers from eating pussy, right? So then fucking go ahead and
For real. Yeah,
what I mean?
Magic Johnson's still alive.
I mean, the thing was, that fool got fed, yeah, that's why. Shit, he could buy off the judge, eh?
Junior, are you gonna get the shot? The vaccine?
I already got it.
Oh, word, you
I already
did?
got it.
Oh, she's straight.
So how's it going? Because I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about it,
I get you to slip.
I got it 2 months ago, dog.
Oh,
I
word.
got it like about 2 months ago. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, what's the worst it can do? Everybody's like, well, it got side effects in it. And cocaine got fucking, all kinds of shit. And so does speed. I mean, that didn't stop us from fucking partying then.
Yeah,
So,
True.
I was
shooting up steroids from bathtub in fucking India. Fucking, you know what I mean? We'll be all right.
Yeah. If you ever smoked angel dust, I mean, shit, you already know. What the fuck is in there? You know what I mean?
That's true,
They make
man.
that shit in a bathtub. So then what?
That's true. I mean, there's just a lot of people who are like, I'm not getting the fucking vaccine. I don't trust the government. But on the flip side,
You drink hooch, motherfucker.
On the flip side, though, Junior actually got it 2 months ago, and he's still alive, and he didn't grow any fucking tail or any crazy shit
tail.
like that.
Nah. I didn't fucking grow shit, man. I mean, I feel good. I know a lot of people that I hang out with out here that got it and shit. I mean, but like I said, it's personal choice. You don't want to get it, you don't have to. I personally said, fuck it, I'll get it because, I mean, I can't be fucking being in the hospital and being on a ventilator and then my parents can't even bury me because at one point you couldn't even bury your loved ones.
Right.
Fuck all that, man. You know what I mean? Like, so I just rather take my chances. I mean, if I've lived this long for the shit I was doing all my life, what the fuck
We'll
is
be
that?
all right.
You know what I mean?
Fuck COVID.
Well, actually, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your background, your early life, growing up in Los Angeles, Northeast Los Angeles, getting into music, hardcore, punk rock, and your early influences. Tell the people.
Well, yeah, it's like, in anything. I mean, when we were kids, you listen to whatever your big brother or your uncle or your aunt is listening to. So we listened to a lot that was like, oldies and hip hop. You know what I mean? One of our brothers, that lives out here in LA, Boris, me and him came out in Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo when we were like, fuck, I don't know. I think I was like 6 or something. And I just knew like hip hop, whatever was going on. Then we got turned on to like new wave. And I was like, all right, I want something faster. And then I, found punk rock, whatever. Started skating and look at how fucked up we are now. You know what I mean? You start listening to everything from fucking New York hardcore, and then you don't realize like half of the bands we was listening to at the time, like Minor Threat, whatever, or like fucking Youth of Today. I had no idea that was straight edge. I just thought it was some aggressive shit that was, dope. Come to find out later, like it's straight edge. Man, there no motherfucking straight edge fools in East LA. Everybody likes to fucking party. So I never, if you seen somebody X'd up in the neighborhood, it was like, dig, get your shit together. Like, this is not real. But then you go to like Orange County and there's all kinds of fools, wearing the X and, they don't drink, they don't smoke, and they don't fuck. And it's like, yeah, all right. I mean, I can respect the don't drink, don't smoke, but the fuck part, I don't get it. We hood rats, homie. Shit, we got kids when we were like 15, you know what I mean?
Keeping it real.
That shit ain't gonna fly. Yeah, you know what I mean? That shit ain't gonna fly. I mean, I'm waiting for a fucking high note when I'm a youngster to fucking try to like jack me off or something. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking pass it up. So that wasn't gonna fly to me. Yeah, that wasn't gonna fly, man. But like anything, like anybody I hang out with, you hang out with, we all got our circle of friends and we listen to the type of music, but there's always that crowd in the hood that somehow you're gonna flock to, dog. You know what I mean? And that was, my friends, my homies and shit. And even though I listen to punk rock, I also did some other shit on the side. You know what I mean? So that's just the road I chose, and that's how fucking Countime was started. Because everything that I experienced with them, whether it was good or bad, and sometimes really fucked up, I just wrote about it. And when I got locked up, you're just thinking about all kinds of shit to do because you got nothing better to do, dog. You're just sitting right there.
Literally.
So I would create concerts in my head, dog. Like, oh, this band's gonna fucking open up for this, and I name my band. You hear the fucking name Countime every time in jail. Countime, when you go to fucking eat, whatever, they're counting the inmates. So in my head, Countime was gonna open up for this band. I'm just fucking creating shit. So when I got out, years later, I played guitar, whatever, but I mentioned it to a friend and we kind of got it going, and my fucking thoughts in jail became kind of a reality, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a trip, the road that I've been on, you know what I mean? Hanging out with everybody. I've always been into punk rock all my life, but to go across the world and hang out with everybody in New York, I'm blessed for the shit I was doing 20 fucking years ago, just like everybody else I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people are either in jail or
not even
dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how. That goes either East Coast and West Coast. You know what I mean? Like, I love everybody out on the East Coast. I've talked to many of the guys, and they got many stories just like I do. You know what I mean? So, and there's a lot of similarities in what it is we do and how we grew up, man.
Definitely, bro.
Same thing with hip hop, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say one thing that you kind of thought of, forming this band while you were in jail, and I was gonna say you're not the first guest we've had on that kind of had that epiphany or made the realities come to life that started in jail. We've had several guests that it all started from
literally.
being locked up.
Fucking half of them fucking what the fuck?
Man, I know people that fucking would get their sheets and make costumes and fucking, when they were in solitary, they would think they were a superhero and shit. That's all, whatever.
You definitely get creative.
Yeah, all you got is time on your hands, right?
Fuck.
So.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what it's all about, being creative in there, because that's all you got. You got a broad to write to, then whatever. You're lucky. If you got a chick on the outside, shit. Chances are she's fucking your homeboy. You know what I mean? That's just real.
Trifling bitches.
No. My chick is faithful. Shut up. That's why your son looks like your brother. You know what I mean? It's that's true, man. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I think if I got,
you definitely gotta get a hustle in the joint though.
Yeah.
You gotta get that fucking commissary fucking money, dude. They'll be drawing envelopes and shit, fucking sending them.
But like I said, that was it was a long time ago and shit. And I'm grateful that my kids helped me try to fucking do something better. You know what I mean? That was one point where I just didn't give a fuck about what I was doing, just like a lot of friends that I have. But some people grow out of it, some people don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds it sounds like cliche, like everybody says it, but I'll be honest, man. Like punk rock saved my life, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of things that I never thought that. I look back on now where I'm like, the fuck was I thinking?
That would,
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that I know that I came up with, man. You know, doing life, you know, and fucking dead. You know what I mean? When you're young, man, you don't really think about it too much. You know what I mean? Because your friends die, they come and go, and you look at it like, yeah, it hurts right then and there, dog. But you really don't know how to deal with it. You're like 16, 17. You're like, fuck. When a couple months go by and it's just another day. You know what I mean? Now that when I get older, you know, if I lose a friend now, it really fucks my head up because I'm like, yo, I was just talking to that fool just yesterday. Now I don't know how to handle it in my 40s. I knew how to handle it when I was a kid. You know, and now I'm like, shit, that's not something I want to go through again. You know what I mean? I had to go through it not too long ago, you know, when I had to, you know, say goodbye to my homeboy Goon.
Yeah, rest in peace, Josh the Goon, man.
I was in a dark fucking place, homie. You know, if not for like, you know, my family and everybody I know pulled me out of that hole, I could have just really went off the deep end. Because like I said, I couldn't handle that shit at 40 years old. I could handle it when I was a kid because as a kid.
Because you don't really handle it as a kid. You just deal with it. It just happens. Like, oh, okay.
You throw a car wash, you say goodbye, and that's it. You know what I mean? You drink a beer and you go back to fucking routine. When you get older, you know, it's different. You know what I mean? It's a lot different, man. So, I mean, the realities of what we're doing today, it's definitely like, you know, it's better than it was back in the days, dog. I can tell you that much. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a big reason that I'm, you know, doing what I do because we used to go to his house and that motherfucker used to fucking like play all kinds of like Chicano rap. And I used to be like, yo, he knows I don't fucking like that. You know what I mean? Like, I love hip hop and I love the homies, but sometimes their flow is pretty fucking weak. You know what I mean? So I can't really fuck with it. So he would put it on just to fuck with me, and I'd be like, yo, man, I don't want to hear that shit, yo. And he's like, and then he would put on a Countime video, and it was like a video we did, like going down like Witter Boulevard in East LA. And, you know, one of our friends is like hitting switches or whatever. So it kind of looks like the same kind of video. So he would laugh and compare and shit. And, you know, he ended up getting me back on stage and we never took our foot off the gas. I mean, we ended up in Europe, dog.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's a big thing for us coming from fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Especially I'm singing half of like most of my songs about fucking smoking dust and fucking up in the hood. You know what I mean? People took it serious. So shout out to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. You're our first guest from LA and also our first guest from the LA hardcore scene. Can you talk about the early days of the LA hardcore scene and maybe some of the influential bands and maybe some of the differences between LA and New York when it comes to hardcore and punk rock?
Well, I mean, my kid, man. Yeah, early days, man, you know, I mean, shit. The only thing I can say about that is like it was really cracking like in the 80s where you had like, you know, all these bands like Descendants, Black Flag, all killing the hood, you know what I mean? And then somewhere along the lines, as like anybody knows, it just took a dive and died. And the comparison from that was just like there was a lot of like punk rock gangs back in the days, like Suicidal, Circle One, The Lads, you know, FFF, The Family, the Mickey Mouse Club, like they were like, I mean, they were putting their shit down, you know what I mean? And the difference between New York and LA, I think at the time was just not too much, because there's always been violence in New York. What the fuck's the difference of the scene out there and here? I mean, if they were fighting in the CBGBs, we were fighting out here.
No doubt.
You know? So, yeah, it's no different. The only difference is the coast, you know what I mean? And the style. The style out here was just, you know, you had bands like Bad Religion, you know, you had bands like Black Flag, who were good for what it is they did. And I mean, they're great. And they definitely put, you know, LA on the map. But I mean, when it got to heavy shit, it was just like Slayer from Southgate. You know what I mean? They took it to a whole different fucking level. So that's what I could say we're probably compared to New York. Because New York is a lot heavier when it comes to like SoCal punk. At one point, SoCal punk got really gay. You know what I mean? Like, it got really fucking gay. You know what I mean? Like you you had this oohs and ahs shit where I was just like, oh my God, like I can't fuck with that. You know what I mean? I needed something that I could relate to where that's angry, it has some bounce, but you know, they know like where to change it up. And I would tell my friends, there's music like that, and they were like, nah. Yeah, there's a band called Madball.
Oh yeah.
They make that shit fucking they make it just the way we were looking for it, you know what I mean? And we took our notes from them. Everybody, like, people ask me all the time, would you prefer Madball or Agnostic Front? Agnostic Front, homie. There would be no fucking Madball without them.
Godfathers.
That's how I look at it. Yeah, that's how I look at it with some of the bands out here. You know what I mean? Some of the bands out here, whether, people are into them or not, they paved the way for what it is we do today. You know what I mean? Like bands like Bad Religion, they were considered 80s hardcore. You know what I mean? Black Flag, the Descendants, even Pennywise, you know what I mean? They were like really, really violent. You know what I mean? My brother who plays bass in Countime, he was from a band called Union 13. And they were like the Mexican Pennywise. You know what I mean? They were circle pits. We had circle pits out there, and you guys had, the moshing. You know what I mean? You guys had moshing. Over here we had stage dives and circle pits. And that's probably the only difference I could say. You know what I mean? Swinging your arm versus swinging your arm in a pit. Not that much of a difference, man. It's like the only difference is we're going in a circle and you guys are just fucking, it looks like New York is fighting, but in reality they're dancing. It's like a style, you know what I mean?
Right.
The two-step and all that. That's probably the only difference. Probably the aggression of it. Like a lot of the bands were like street kids, where a lot of the bands out here, they were definitely street kids, but they were like from like the beach area or South Bay or the Valley, where there hasn't been a band that like is like from the hood that fucking was making noise that we all like looked up to. Like the last one's probably like Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, well, I was gonna bring them up. I was gonna ask you, were they a big influence for you coming up?
Oh yeah, definitely them. Beowulf.
I love Suicidal, man. I fucking love Suicidal.
No Mercy. Those are basically our Agnostic Front, our war zones. Out here. You know what I mean? You had Beowulf, you had No Mercy, Neighborhood Watch. All the Venice scene were, there were a bunch of old skater cholos that formed bands in the barrio, and they, one of the dudes that took it to the next level was definitely Suicidal.
Yeah,
I mean everybody knows that. I mean they got the flannel thing going on, and the bandana, and I mean that's fine because that's just a look that everybody who we grew up with. That's your fucking uncle in this old ass picture. Wearing the bandana. You know what I mean? So that for them to dress like that, it was like it's a fucking trip. You know what I mean? It's like everybody. I rock a bandana, but hey, homie, I'm fucking fat, dog, and I fucking sweat my face. I'm trying to be Mike Muir. I'm fucking fat, dog. I sweat my face. I got my own shit going on. I got diabetes. I'm straight.
No doubt. I was gonna say too, when you look at Suicidal Tendencies, man, they look like street dudes. They look like dudes from the hood. They didn't look, they look like motherfuckers that got down, got busy, and they also made sick music.
Yeah, they had their fucking time, man. I mean, like. They still do, you know what I mean? Like when we were kids, I remember we went to their earliest shows. Like they would have like a free show every now and then. They'll do a free show. Like they did one not too long ago where it'll last, give or take, maybe 2 songs if they're lucky, because they'll just announce it and they'll be like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a free show." So all of LA will show up, and before you know it, that shit ain't gonna last. So it's like two songs they get in. And that's rap.
Yeah.
Then the fire marshal comes and shuts it down, and then you go see them like at a at a festival or whatever, and it's it's still good, but it's not the anger and the aggression is not as there as the free show, because the free show like everybody just comes out to free for all. You know what I mean? Where everybody's just going crazy, dog. It's kind of like it's kind of hard to explain. It's like if Mabo would do a free show. They just did one.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened.
They just did one. You know what I mean? Then you have all these fucking people hating. You know what I mean? Half of the people I bet you that were hating on those motherfuckers were like, "Yo, I bet you were in attendance." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
You guys got to stop, man. I mean, like, get over it. What Black and Blue Productions did that day, I mean, they gave birth back to the fucking scene. Somebody had to fucking like take a stand over there in New York. And that's what we've been doing over here. We're like, hey man, I got tired of just like blowing up balloons and having a drive-by for my son. What the fuck is that, man?
The fire trucks
What the fuck? Yeah. Did you guys see that shit during the COVID thing?
Oh,
where people
crazy,
are like,
bro.
Happy birthday. They're driving by.
Like a caravan
like,
of fucking people.
They're driving by and saying happy birthday. Man, the only time we ever did shit like that is when you're going to pass by somebody's pad and the mom's walking on, you moon them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking shit to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do a happy birthday like that. I mean, so I'm actually glad that, you know, things are getting back to normal. For a while, you couldn't even barbecue here.
Really?
I mean, yeah, they had snitches, eh? Like if you were barbecuing more than 5 or 6 people, they would call the cops on you and they would get paid for it. I mean, they
were paying people for it?
Yeah, they were doing that here too, but they weren't paying them though.
I didn't know they were paying.
I don't know.
They shut it down. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, they weren't doing like in the hood, you know, nobody was like, you know, you can't rat here. But
obviously.
They were doing it at other places and we were just like, wow, that's too much. I mean, you know, none of us had nothing. Just like you guys. We didn't.
Our governor Gina had the
nothing.
fucking thing. What?
Gina had
there was
the
a snitch line.
fucking hotline.
There was a snitch line out here during the height of the pandemic where, it was going on. I don't know if people were getting paid though.
I never heard about that.
Oh fuck yeah, man! It was like, and then you had like, it was funny. Like people were selling water out here. Was that happening to you guys?
No.
Oh yeah, people, you know, they saw everything out here, you know, soap, whatever on the fucking corner. But they were slanging water and sanitizer for like, fuck, man, like if it was crack. I was like, yo, man.
Toilet paper.
Well, you know why? Because everyone went out and bought that shit and fucking was hoarding it.
But hey, if it really came down to seriously, man, I'm not gonna go pay fucking $30 for a fucking roll of toilet paper. I'll fucking take a shit, wipe my ass, and take a shower. Man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Just use some leaves, man. Get some fucking, you know,
three seashells. Demolition
or something.
It's not like you were going to the club or anything. You're in Japan.
Use a towel. Nice. I got a bidet, dude. What the?
We just shit outside, dude. You shit outside and fucking take some leaves.
A fucking Rick to Life shirt. You know?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Only take a shot on laundry day.
Yo, so Junior, in 2003 is when you formed Countime, right? And you guys dropped a demo, Let the Legacy Begin. And in 2005, you guys dropped your first album, Broken Blind Betrayed. Talk about the demo and the first album.
Like I said, man, it was just a side project between, you know, good friends of ours from, you know, the East LA scene, which was like, you know, a band like Make Move, Set Aside, Difference of Opinion, Los Creepers, and Union 13. And we just, like I said, you know, before, we just formed a Ghetto Voltron, homie, and we started playing, and then this New York label called, the fuck are they called? No Joke
Records, yep.
Yeah, they fucking liked what they heard, and they reached out to us, and they, you know, put out what's that shit called? They put out a CD, and next thing I know, we were on the road like for 6 weeks and shit, playing like the Jersey Shore with like Vision and all these bands, man, like Maximum Penalty and Marauder, and we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. We didn't know how to tour, you know what I mean? Because the most we ever got to, dog, is you're from East LA, man. You're just hoping to get another gig. Nobody's gonna take the Raza serious. They never did. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to hardcore. You know what I mean? Like we didn't know how to. It was a big difference for us. Like for us to play someone's backyard or a parking lot to actually being on a stage. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference between, I would say, the West Coast and the East Coast, where I've talked to a lot of the brothers out there, and they're like, you know, a lot of people that get their first gigs were like in CBs or, you know, fucking, you know, Coney Island High, but there were always venues. Out here, we don't got it like that, man. If you got into a venue, it's because you were known. Like, you couldn't just play a venue out here. If you did, it would be like a Monday night where no one's fucking there. Just your chick is like dancing for you and shit, and that's probably like the worst. Everybody's been there, man. Where your chick feels sorry for you, and she wants to start the pit for you, and you just feel like, fuck, man, leave this bitch at home, man. What the fuck is she doing? You know what I mean? But yeah, they picked us up, they threw us on the road, and you know, we as we went along, we started learning how to tour, and we rode that wave until like, I want to say 2011, and 2011, a good friend of ours, we used to throw shows at his house. His cousin is from a hip hop group called the Delinquent Habits.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, with Chemo the Blackskin and Juan, rest in peace. On New Year's we were hearing fireworks and we were like, "Where's this fool at?" Because he just walked outside and it turned out that he was getting whacked outside.
Damn.
We just said fuck this. We don't want to be on stage anymore because it was too close to home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I took a break from that for a while, and then I started always hanging out with you guys, going to New York, and I was kind of like working with the Downset guys for a while.
Okay, yeah, Downset, dope band.
Yeah, I was working with the Downset guys for a while, where we kind of formed a band called Misrule, and I later became Cutthroat. And then Goon, like in 2015, like I said, just hassling me and fucking giving me a hard time with everybody to get back on stage. And I jumped back on stage in like 2015, and our first show back was with Madball and Strife, and then we just never put fucking our foot off the gas pedal, dog. We just been going hard. Might as well just. And then it's like what happened with COVID. We came back from Europe. I mean, if you weren't doing something creative in this time, whether it was artistic or fucking building something or anything, man, a fucking podcast, drawing.
That's what we started, this podcast.
For real. You wasted your time because, I mean, there was so many people at home just there. They're going to watch your podcast. They're going to listen to your music, whether it's good or bad. There's something to do. People making movies on Netflix. If you just sat on your ass and got fucking fat, oh well.
I mean, I did that. I did that.
Yeah,
too.
you definitely did that
too.
You
But
definitely did that.
No, but you guys got a podcast though.
Exactly, yeah. I'll be honest, man. I've been during this whole quarantine. I wrote a ton of music, recorded a ton of music, and dropping a ton of music. So it gave me a lot of time to do that. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of things you could have did. I mean, had kids or whatever when you didn't want to, because a lot of people were just at home collecting,
right?
Because you couldn't go to work. You know what I mean? You couldn't even go to the goddamn fucking market. You know what I mean? Only time you could go to the market was like, and the markets out here, the lines were exaggerating. It looked like a goddamn welfare line on the first of the month. You know what I'm saying? Gang of motherfuckers. Vete para allá. Those days that we used to just drive, because it wasn't illegal to drive and shit. I mean, you're supposed to stay home, but you could be like, well, I got to go to my doctor appointment. And I would just take a drive just to see what the fuck is going on out there.
Get out of the house.
It was like a ghost town, man. It was definitely a ghost town with soldiers walking around, And I'm like, where the fuck are we at? El Salvador? What the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean?
Damn. That's insane.
I seen the pictures from downtown. Times Square in New York was fucking not one fucking soul there. That was nuts. It was pretty desolate. It was like looking like more like a movie scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New York was pretty desolate for a while, man. Everyone was leaving. They were fleeing. Which kind of makes sense because when you're in a city with so many people that are on top of each other, they're gonna, people are gonna want to get the fuck out because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They didn't.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people were saying that it's gonna be till 2024, and after a while, I mean, the joke is funny when it first happens, but then when the lockdown hit, everybody kind of listened for a while, and then you seen the beaches packed, and then. Oh, wow, they spread it again, and everything just started becoming, anywhere you went, like super spreaders, and people were like snitching, like you couldn't have nothing, man. Where at one point I was just like, fuck, is this the new normal? You know what I mean? Like, is this what we're gonna do? Or my kid has to do virtual TV and shit? He can't even say hello to his classmates no more? Or fuck.
Well, I mean, that's
out of it now, dog.
Yeah, that was going on for a while, and it's still somewhat going on. The virtual school and learning and all that stuff. I know it's not completely back to normal.
No, I mean that's cool and everything, but if we could get back to somewhat of a normal life where you can go and have a beer in a bar with your homeboys or whatever, that'd be cool. I mean. The way things have been has been whack, dog. I don't have to tell you guys. I mean, you got hit hard over there. Shit, for a while, New York was like all fucked up. It was all the most infected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
So over here, we're all right, man. Like everything, like things are opening up, and you can have dinner at restaurants again. Of course, they keep you like 5 feet apart, but you could have dinner at restaurants again. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I think movie theaters are open too now. You know what I mean? Of course, recording studios are.
I think that's
being a little bit more.
I think some. I saw our friend Louis Lombardi, who's actually out in California. He just posted a picture or video of him in the AMC theater or whatever. So I think some of them have opened back up. I don't know about.
Oh, okay, yeah. I met that cat at the Merta.
Yeah. Good dude, man.
Yeah, some of them are open. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. He's cool, man. He's a trip. I mean, yeah. Like I said, there's things that are opening up, man. I mean, the beaches are opening up again. I've seen a lot of people at the parks. I mean, what we got right now, I mean, they're cleaning up now is, I know you guys, I don't know if you guys got it over there. One thing LA does have is homeless people. Out of hand.
Oh, I got my own.
Like out of hand homeless people.
No, I know, but over there,
they don't. We don't.
No, I'm talking about
like Skid Row type shit.
I'm talking about. No, this is not. Before it was just Skid Row. Now it's like every street. You know what I mean? Like it's really out of hand. They're cleaning it up, but it's like. What's funny about it is like half of these motherfucking winos that are fucking living in the tents. They're just fools that don't want to pay rent. You know what I mean? They're just hipsters don't want to pay rent. I mean. You can tell who's a mean tweaker basshead who just threw his life away. Because that fool ain't got no teeth. This is just some dirty ass white boy that doesn't want to fucking pay rent.
Well, they had that. They got that.
You can see the difference, but there's a big.
They got that app that so you don't step in shit.
Right.
Because people are just like shitting all over the place.
San Francisco, it's bad too, isn't it?
I think that's where San Francisco.
I never heard that one. I know I hear they have a Citizens app. You guys got that?
No.
A Citizens app, whatever. Like it basically tells. Yeah, this basically tells you like shots fired. Don't go here.
Oh yeah.
Or like if people are like fighting in the street, it tells you. A shit app, I don't know about. I mean
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's a real
It's a fucking app for everything else.
I'm like, don't.
Oh man, that's funny. The shit app. That's funny.
Yo, do you think, Junior? Hold on 1 second. Do you think this thing's gonna cut off or what?
I don't know.
Should we do it in 2 parts?
I don't know.
Yo,
I don't really know. We'll play it by ear, I guess. I'm not really sure.
Nah, because we just got this notification saying that the thing's gonna stop in 40 minutes.
Yeah, but we're at 37 minutes, so it might still. We might have to just redo it. I don't really know. I've never done this before. Last time we didn't do that.
No.
Do you have to buy this fucking stupid thing?
I didn't do that. Yeah, with Donnie, I didn't do that.
Nah,
we'll rock it.
All right, let's see
my
what
kid
happens.
uses it he uses Zoom for 4 hours.
Oh, word. All right, cool. All right, good. All right.
It might just be the recording.
Okay.
Like the video. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's just keep it going and see what happens. So Junior, so you said you toured overseas. How'd you like doing that? Compared to playing at home.
That's a trip, fam. I mean, the only way to describe it, hey, that was a dream come true, man. I mean, to play Belgium and fucking Switzerland, Poland.
Hell yeah.
We never saw that. Anytime when we first started a band, fuck no. I mean, playing New York was a big deal. You know what I mean? Playing on the same stage, on the same bill with Judge. We played with Agnostic Fun, in Arizona a couple years ago with Northside Kings before all the bullshit, but we never expected to be overseas like that. You know what I mean? Playing Mexico was one thing, but when you play fucking Europe, it's just like, fuck, you're across the world, homie. It made everything that we did, going to the studio and, fucking losing baby mamas and all the drama that comes with it, worth it. You know what I mean? Because if you're in a fucking band, you already know, you fools already know. I mean, shit, bitches come and go, homie. They're not going to put up with your shit. Like, at first they'll fucking back you up like, hey, yeah, I dig your music. But they'll be like, man, you fucking fake-ass rock star. You just wasting my motherfucking money in the studio. But when you get over there, it makes it all worth it, though. Like, it was, like, that was a big payoff for us. And we owe that to Billy from Biohazard. You know what I mean? He definitely took us out there, And it was, like I said, it was a dream come true, man. I can't wait to get back, dog.
Speaking of Billy,
especially after all this shit, we have a new record coming out. I mean,
hell yeah! Well, I was just gonna say, bro. Speaking of Billy from Biohazard, he's working with you guys on. He worked with you guys on your newest album coming out, right? No Apologies, No Regrets.
Yeah, he produced a new record. And like I said, it was different process working with him because just like anybody, you're used to going to the studio and just doing what you do. You know what I mean? With him, it's work, dog. He does what he has to do to bring the best out of you. And a lot of us were just like, fuck, like I don't think I sound good, or I don't like that tone. But sometimes you just have to put your trust in someone that knows what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean,
even though if it's a wait time, because we started recording that record in like in 2019 of like maybe you want to say October, and it's going to see a release date this month on the 28th. But a lot of it has to do with COVID, and a lot of it has to do with just scheduling, like being back in the studio, and people being paranoid of passing the Rona, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
There's like, people treating the Rona like it was herpes and shit. Go over there. No, okay.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far with COVID.
He's always with us, no matter what. Say again?
No, I was just saying I wouldn't compare COVID to herpes. I mean, hopefully COVID doesn't keep on giving like herpes would.
Herpes never go away. That's what I hear.
No. Herpes is like your baby mama. They keep coming. They keep coming back and forth and shit. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Oh man, yo! So you guys covered Ace of Spades by Motorhead. So I would assume that you're a big Motorhead fan, and that's a great song.
Fucking dope song.
One of the best.
I try to be, man. Shit, when we did that, I was just like, yo. I remember Johnny from Street Dogs got us on that. So did Packer.
Shout out to Johnny and Packer.
I remember I was like, well, what song? Yeah. And I remember we were like, well, what song are we gonna do? So we're like, okay, we're checking out the songs. I was like, yo, man, Ace of Spades is not taking. I know these motherfuckers don't want us to do this song, man. Because, I mean, that's the most, like, known song from that band. So I'm like, I hope it's not this one. They're like, yeah, we want you to do that one. I was like, oh, man. So it was a long night of Jameson and everything else. So we put on our thinking caps. I was like, if we butcher this motherfucker, we're going to do like fools. You know what I mean? So we had to do it like, LA style, where we put the clip in and, we took out the lead and we put a stomp and everything, and it ended up being all right, man. I mean, it made the comp, and we're happy with it. I mean, we haven't heard no complaints, so
yeah, no, it's dope, bro.
We got away with it.
Yeah, it's dope.
Got away with it, you know what I mean?
And everyone, there's a music video for that too, right? You guys did a music video on YouTube.
Yeah, we did a music video and shit, and just because like we wanted like the kids to hear it. Now they're like, yo, we didn't know you did that. I'm like, the fuck, you fools don't have internet? You know what I mean? Shit, they're giving you free internet at the schools. You guys can't get your shit going? Are you guys getting that? You guys getting free internet over there? They're giving free internet right here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, pretty much, right?
Technically, they don't pay for internet.
I guess technically, yeah.
Somebody's paying for it. I don't know who, but.
We give us free internet here, but sometimes we pay for it because it's a little.
There's a little bit.
Yeah, the little one. Shit. Back in the days, remember you had to plug your phone in and DSL was this shit. Nah. Now I mean, this one's really fast when I got right here, so I ain't tripping. But yeah.
Talk about the split you did with Sworn Enemy through our brothers Pitchfork over Pitchfork Clothing. Shout out to Warren and Knock.
Yeah, hell yeah. Warren, he messaged me and he pretty much gave us like a rundown if we're down to do a record with what he was doing, and we didn't really ask who it was because I'm sure whoever the split was going to be good, and when he told us, we were like, all right, and then we found out that they were going to do like Punishment from Biohazard and whatever. So we had this track because we didn't have nothing written. But I didn't know how much time we had. So we gave them this track. And, that's the one that made it. I mean, not everybody in the band was like a big fan of that song. But we did it because it was like our guitarist, homeboy, who was resting in peace. I guess he wrote it, whatever. And so on the new record, we do it. But we have Vampiro, the wrestler, do guest vocals on it. So... it's all right. I mean, I shout out to Warren for fucking putting it out on
Yes,
7 inch
sir.
because that was great. You know what I mean? Like it did well out here. I mean, some of the kids requested, but some of the band members just don't want to play it because they were not feeling it. You know
I thought it was a dope track.
You're gonna have that song like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. You don't like everything that you do. You know, I go through that all the time.
I mean, I try to. I try to like because it's my shit. So I try to you have to jock your own shit, but sometimes you have to step back and be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe that shouldn't have made the cut, homie. Like that's a buster ass song. You know what I mean? But it's kind of hard to dish your own shit. You know what I mean? But if you ask someone else, then you're gonna get all fired up and want to fuck them up. So.
That's true. You ain't lying about that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm my worst critic, but I'd rather fucking keep it to myself in my head and have it fuck with me, than go ask somebody like, "Hey, so you didn't like it?" And they tell you their honest opinion. And, like you look at them like, "Hey, what? Fuck, I don't like you, homie." And they start talking shit to each other. Oh yeah. I'd rather just fucking keep my opinions to myself when it comes to my own music.
No doubt. You guys also dropped the Pandemic EP. Obviously, you did that during the quarantine. Did you guys just have like a lot of time? You're like, fuck it, let's just put this music out. We'll call it the Pandemic, and kind of as a ode to what's going on right now.
No, the way that happened is like I mean, I'm glad to clear the air on that. It's just like I said, we have the No Apologies, No Regrets album coming out. We did with Billy, and we like I said, the pandemic hit, and a friend of ours, they decided to start a label. And they were like, "Yo, can we have a song, whatever?" So we didn't have no material that we could give, the guy because we just did the stuff with Billy. So I was like, "Does anybody have any songs?" And they're like, "Yeah, I got a song, whatever." So we went in there, we started working on it, and when I got to the studio, one song turned into 5.
Okay.
It turned into 5, and they were like, we already booked the studio. We're gonna record in 2 weeks. Like, this is what we got. And I was like, so we went and we dropped it, and it was like a whole mess. Like, well, why are you gonna put the record out? Why this? And I'm like, well, we don't know when the new album's gonna come out, so we're fucking releasing this. So we basically did like 5 tracks, and then these are 17 whole new tracks. And since we were on quarantine, we called it the Pandemic, and the covers of a hooker walking the street.
I noticed that.
Yeah, well, I live, Fig and 65th. And if you walk down my street, that's what you see. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Chicken heads slanging their asses.
Keeping it real. Keeping it hood.
So as I was jogging, I just took a snap of the honey. I was like, hope her pimp ain't looking because I ain't going to pay this bitch for fucking pictures. You know what I mean? So we put it on there, and that was it. You know what I mean? And we called it the Pandemic because we were locked up. Everybody's like I said, everybody was all fucking quarantined. So that's why we called it that.
Word.
That's how that is.
Talk about Hoodcore Los Angeles clothing, your clothing brand. Some really dope shit, man.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Hoodcore is just what can I say about that, man? But it's just something that we have always been a part of. You guys have always been a part of? It's just our version of hardcore, but we call it Hoodcore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like whether it be New York, Brazil, whatever, everybody got a hood. You know what I mean? And that's we just took out the heart and put the hood. You know what I mean? We put out some shirts and some skateboards where even from the hardest gangbanger to the craziest looking punk rocker can wear it. Where it's just like gear for everyone, man. You know what I mean?
Who are the 2 guys on the T-shirt throwing up the LA sign?
Oh, who are the 2 guys?
Yeah,
that's Eazy-E from NWA, and that's Toker from the Brown Side.
was it really?
Yeah, that's Toker from Brown Side.
Word. Yeah, I noticed Eazy-E. I didn't know who the other dude was, but I did recognize Eazy-E.
Yeah, and that's why it says Boys in the Hood. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Yeah. Is that the one you're talking? I don't know which one you're talking about exactly.
These 2 guys.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's Chick Hearns and Vince Scully. Chick Hearns, from the Lakers, and Vince Scully from the Dodgers.
Oh, old school.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Old school.
I didn't know.
That's
It
what that
never
is.
looked like Eazy-E to me.
Oh, I was like, because there's a shirt with Eazy-E, and I was I didn't know if that's what you were talking about. And he said Eazy-E.
Well, because 2020 is when the Lakers and the Dodgers won. So everybody in the mother was slanging fucking
Every
shirts.
fucking thing, probably.
with Lakers this, Lakers that. And I said, you know what? if I'm gonna do a shirt like that, for hoodcore and shit, we got to change it up, man, because people are gonna be doing the same style. So that's why we put Chicken, and Vin in there, and it's like you guys over there, you have the, whoever you use, who's the OG. You know what I mean? Vin he's always been the announcer for the Dodgers. You couldn't watch the Dodger game without knowing that is, a Dodger game. You know what I mean? Same thing with Chick Hearns and shit. So we put them on there, and we got rid of motherfuckers like crack, homie. Got a few. Yeah, I got maybe like 3 left. I'm probably gonna give them to the homies this weekend because we're doing a show, and like it was just our way. Like I could say this about Hoodcore, man. I mean, thank you to everybody who bought something. Like, y'all motherfuckers paid my mortgage for fucking.
No doubt, man. That's the dream, bro. Yo, you're doing good, man. Yo, man, I'm gonna be definitely placing an order very soon. Yo, where can people get Hoodcore? Where can they get it online?
www.hoodcorelosAngeles.bigcartel.com, and we got everything. We're about to drop the summer line. I got tanks coming, jerseys, shorts. I mean, people want us to do skateboards again, and then we're working with other people right now. But definitely got to get to work soon and start working on the new designs. But they've been doing good. Like I said, they helped us out of a time where man, I was in Europe hearing my lady saying, we might not have a fucking home when you get back. And I said, why? She's like, shit, because we all got laid off. And if anybody was anybody, like, a mortgage is not your fucking rent. You know what I mean? A lot of people are behind on their fucking rent right now.
Right. Yeah. No, it's affected everybody, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad everybody made it through it. Those who lost their lives, I'm sure just like us, a lot of friends passed away, homie.
Yeah.
Over that bullshit. You know what I mean? That's fucked up.
Yeah. So Junior, you mentioned earlier hip hop. Hip hop was an influence for you at the beginning. Would you say like gangster rap? Because obviously L.A., Los Angeles is known. It was definitely an influence here on the East Coast. Like for me, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people. Were you a fan of that whole movement?
Yeah, definitely. When I got into like high school, whatever. But when I first was like into like hip hop when I was a kid, it was like breaking music. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like Toddy T, Battle Ram, Ollie and Jerry. Like a lot of the soundtrack from Breaking. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the soundtrack from Beach Street. I mean, I saw Beach Street when I was fucking like 9 years old with 48 Hours and some smoked out ass theater. You know what I mean? And just bands like that. You know what I mean? Like early Beastie Boys, Run DMC. LL Cool J. Those are the only things that I can remember, like at an early age, because whatever my older brother was playing is what I was listening to. You know what I mean? You don't just wake up one day and think, oh, well, I know what the fuck is up with fucking NWA and everything. Yeah. NWA came like in seventh grade, I want to say. And when those foods dropped, it changed the game, because until that time, I had never heard a rapper cuss. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So when this was coming out saying, fuck the police, and talking about fuck, we want to fuck you easy, kinds of shit. And at the same time, they kind of did what we did at the same time. When we released the Pandemic and No Apologies, they dropped, Eazy-E's record and Straight Outta Compton. You know what I mean? So they came out like simultaneously, whatever. So you didn't know which one was which. You didn't even know they were a band.
Right.
But that caught on real quick, man. And then after that, you just started listening to shit like Too Short came out, with Life Is. And West Coast hip hop started taking its place. I mean, Dre and Snoop didn't come till later.
Right. Yeah.
They came later, man. But it's like, for a while, the gangster shit was like, Above the Law. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Yo, I was just listening to that album not that long ago, man. That's a classic right there. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of
West. Quick was always there.
No, I was gonna say there's a lot of West Coast hip hop pioneers that people might not be familiar with, especially on the East Coast. But there's this huge scene, the Bay Area, LA, everywhere, man. There's so much dope shit.
The Bay had, you had Spice One, RBL Posse, you know what I mean? And then out here in LA, you had the South Central Cartel, you had Compton's Most Wanted.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, you had some shit like that. You had fucking Second to None. There's just so many good bands out here that, they're definitely a big influence on what it is that Countime does, because like all of our lyrics are like straight like hip hop style.
Oh yeah, you definitely got a hip hop vibe. Yeah.
There's no other way we can get it out, man. I'm not gonna bullshit you and tell you about a metaphor, and if hey, fuck that. If like I said, if somebody's fucking my lady, I'm gonna sing about it, homie. And after that, I'm gonna fucking take care of business.
That's the realest shit. That's the realest shit. You just heard it, folks.
Yeah, you can't be in a band, man, if you can't put yourself on blast, because fuck, especially if you're trying to say, I keep it real. Yeah, well then sing about it. You know what I mean? And I have. I mean that. My divorce my first divorce or whatever got me fucking to Europe. Here you go, son.
Well, one thing I like about Countime, man, is maybe some people that are ignorant to hardcore or punk rock, or they might not look at it as hood music. They might just see a bunch of screaming, hear a bunch of screaming and fucking, it's that crazy fucking white people shit or whatever, because I've got that before. But you look at a band like Countime, man, you guys are from, LA, man, South Central, hood dudes, man, straight up and down, cholo motherfuckers, who get down and come from the straight up hood. It's you guys are bringing that shit to hardcore, just like Madball did in New York,
Yeah, we come from all parts of from LA. I'm from Northeast LA. I live in South Central. The other guy comes from Whittier. The other one comes from East LA. The other one comes from Boyle Heights. Like, we all born and bred. But just like you said, like, a lot of people look at it and they're just like, they have the first judgment that when they see us. But the reviews are even funnier, man, because I remember we got this when they were like, man, fuck all these suburbanites trying to act like they're all fucking hood. I'm like, what the fuck, suburbanites?
Yo, for real, I live in South Central, bro. I know suburbanites.
No, I was like, shit, you guys fucking want to be all hardcore like that? Fuck it. Give me the D to your house and you can have the D to my house. I'll go live in your shit. I don't give a fuck. I was balling like that. If I was balling like that, I'd be singing about it. What the fuck? That's still keeping it hardcore. I got rings and I'm fucking chilling. Hey, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. But right now, I guess I sing about what it is I see, just like every other band and every brother we got in the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We sing about what we saw, the way we grew up. And if you're going to sing about some bullshit that fucking you had never been through, like those stupid bands I can't stand when they're like, you touch my brother, I'll fucking blast you. Hey, motherfucker, you never done dirt and you're not going to do it. Why would you sing about some shit like that? Have you ever fucking seen your friend do fucking the fish out of water? I don't think so. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's not something you want. No, it's not that easy to write about, but you'll write about it. I mean, somehow, some way we learn how to fucking master our craft, what it is we sing about, no names, no faces, no places, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
We're not going to fucking...
Word up.
Yeah, no face, no case, you know what I mean?
No doubt, 100%, man.
Okay. Good kid, man, makes me laugh.
So you guys are dropping the new. When does the new album come out? No Apologies, No Regrets. When are you dropping that?
May 28th, 2020.
May 28th. So coming up very soon. Just in time for basically
May 28th. It should be
a week after we drop this.
I mean, only thing we can say about that is like we're very proud of it, and a lot of people are asking for vinyl. Where that was kind of out of my control and shit, because I mean, when it comes to the record company, it's really hard. You know what I mean? Like, whatever they feel like their deal, they're gonna present to you is what you can work at the time because of the budget, whatever. You know what I mean? So,
no doubt.
But a lot of people want the vinyl, whatever. So it's gonna come out on CD, and they said eventually vinyl. So
nice.
We'll see how that goes. You know what I mean? But we're already working on the follow up. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, I got another side project that I'm doing with a bunch of friends called Racial Profile.
Okay, I saw that. Talk about that a little bit, quick.
Racial Profile is it's bad, dog. That's all I say. It's fucking great, man. You know what I'm saying? Because me, you, everybody, from my mama to your grandma, we've all been fucked with, and we've all been racial profiled, whether just because the way we look, where the fuck we live. So we just said, fuck it, let's make a band like that, and let's just tap into issues that we would never tap into, which is fucking everything that Countime is not. You know what I mean? Countime is no filter. Racial, trying to educate you a little bit and kick some knowledge, on a better perspective. Where Countime is no filter, man. Like I said, whatever fucking we need to sing about and let it be known, we're gonna say it. Where this one, on the other hand, is like we're actually writing lyrics where we're using our vocabulary, not just being ignorant fucking wetbacks, you know what I'm saying? So it's coming out all right.
Yeah, you got the Countime's like basically the gangster shit, and then Racial Profiles are more educational, like dropping the knowledge on them.
Yeah, kind of. You know, it's like fucking NWA and Public Enemy.
Word. Both
like,
dope. I love it. You need the balance, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's good, man.
Yeah,
That's dope
yeah.
that we're doing that.
It's like fucking 4 MCs and like two guitarists, 1 bass player, and a drummer, and it's just like I said, we just go off. We had one show, but it's just like everybody doing their verse. You know what I mean? Everybody doing their verse, just going ape shit. It's more of a definitely like more of a youth crew style, because we wanted to do like 80s hardcore and just take it back the way it was in the beginning, man. The way it was in the beginning, where when we were kids, we found this music. I mean, you know, we were early kids. We were fuck ups. We were misfits. We were this. We were that. When it meant something, not like now when you go to the fucking mall and you get your pussy pierced. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. You do whatever now. You know.
Quote. That's the quote. That's the quote of the month right there. That's the quote of the month. Yo, you should put that on a shirt, bro. That should be on one of the new Hoodcore shirts.
Oh, we got some shit, man. Like I said, like Hoodcore is like it's becoming more of a movement than a brand, man. You know what I mean? Like everybody takes pride in the fact that we all came from the block, all of us, whether you're from South Central, East LA, you know, Pacoima. We all got a neighborhood, and there's like that's why we just put Hoodcore. Eventually, you know, people are like, you know, they want to split their hoods, but we'll talk about it when that time comes across. You know what I mean? But right now, it's just for LA, for everybody. You know, it's for everybody. I mean, eventually we'll do something for New York and shit.
No doubt.
But you know. But for right now, that's what I'm doing here.
No doubt, man. Well,
sounds dope.
Everyone should definitely go out there and support Hoodcore. Junior, why don't you give out the social media for the band and any websites, YouTube, where people can check out Countime and all the info.
Right. Well, it's our Instagram is Countime_LAHC, racial profile _LAHC, Hoodcore _LA. And right there, you can basically all our websites right there, the link tree and all that. And just drop us a line, man. We'll get back to you. You know what I mean? We'll get back to you ASAP because, like I said, that's what we do. You know what I mean? We respond right away. You want to get my music? It should be right there. The new record, pre-order it from Demons Run Amok or Upstate Records because they're doing the U.S. distribution. China is Retribution and Nerds. And then Demons is for Europe, and Cortex is for Belgium. So, I mean, I'm lucky I have all that shit in front of me, or else I wouldn't remember it.
Hell yeah, man.
But
no doubt.
That's what's up. Yeah, fuck that. I don't got it up here on me. Fuck. I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to fucking trying to be all fucking like I know what I'm doing. My son just gave me some popcorn. Here.
See, that's keeping it real, folks.
Yeah,
you got it live in the hood right now. No joke. So everyone go out there, support Countime. Support Hoodcore. Stay tuned for the new album. No apologies, no regrets. Produced by Billy from Biohazard. I'm sure it's going to be a fucking banger because the songs I heard already are dope as fuck. So make sure you support Countime. Junior, thank you for coming on, brother. I can't wait to link up with you in person
soon.
Thank
you for having me, man.
Oh, yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on. We're ending this with what song?
We're playing the song Hoodcore.
Hoodcore, perfect.
And there's a video out for that right now. Also check out.
Yeah, we'll put the link up too.
No, we're gonna do the video this week.
Okay.
This week.
Stand by for the video.
I'm thinking of the what's the other video you just dropped? There's another one you just dropped recently.
That's called Juzgarme.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
In English, that means judge me.
Yep. That's a banger though. That's a dope video too.
Yeah.
Definitely. So everybody,
thank you guys for
stay tuned.
Of course, bro.
Nah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on and giving us a perspective of life in LA and the hardcore scene out there. And we will talk soon, bro.
Yeah, for real. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thank you guys so much.
Junior, peace out. Be safe, cousin.
So
all right, brother. Junior from Countime.
Street Corner Soapbox. We're fucking out of here.
Peace.
Peace.